Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at corn, beans, and wheat, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus. Overall inflation increased by 8.2% in the year through September, which is more than the trade was expecting, virtually guaranteeing that the Federal Reserve will be raising interest rates again next month by less than 0.75 of a point. Stocks, grains, metals, crude oil, and all the others went lower in the morning following the news. However, by mid-session, most everything reversed as the Dow Jones was up 800 points. Corn rallied from as much as a 9-cent lower to close up 5, and crude oil was up nearly 2 by the barrel. USDA announced new export soybean sales overnight, totaling 19.9 million bushels to the Communist Chinese and an unknown destination, which is usually always mostly the Communist Chinese. That in contrast to a lack of any corn or milo sales of late to the same said communist, as tensions are running high between the two superpowers. For the first time in a long time, the communists are set to begin buying significant quantities of corn from Brazil as early as December, due in large part to the strained U.S.-China relations and a lack of reliable supply from the Ukraine. Local cash trading is slow, even though cash corn and milo basis levels are at historically high levels. Corpus Christi Public Elevator and ADM expect to be open this next week, all a function of timely vessel arrivals. Cargill is open through Friday 7 to 3. The Andersons open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this next week 7 to 2. For help marketing your grains, Total & Company, Corpus. We are on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle. We're talking about the success of the sale in San Angelo. Jody, what did you think?
Good numbers, 1525, so that was within 125 head or so of the week before. Still plenty of cattle moving. Compared to last week's sale, calling these kids and yearlings very surprised, but had a good, strong market, calling those steady to $5 higher. Most of that increase today would be on the medium to heavyweight steer calves. Several of those had shots. Some of them had been weaned. Had some really good groups of vaccinated cattle there today. Slaughter cows and bulls, another $2 to $4 lower. Most declined today on those thinner fleshed and lightweight slaughter cows. Limit the number of replacement cow calf and pairs like it has been, selling about steady. Better quality steers, 4 to 600 pounds from 145 all the way up to a high of near 195, mostly 150 to 175. Better quality heifer calves, 4 to 600 pounds, 125 to a high of 165, mostly 130 to 150. Slaughter cows averaged to high yielding from 54 to 64. A few of the highest yielding slaughter cows from 65 to 71. Did have several thinner or lower yielding type cows today from 33 to 50. Slaughter bulls averaged to high yielding from 70 to 85. Some of the highest yielding bulls, not as many as we've had in weeks past, those trading from 88 to 95. Cow-calf pairs, just a few small packages, baby tooth and good solid mouth pairs, anywhere from 950 to a high of 1300.
What are you anticipating for next week?
Well, the weather could sure play a factor in what we have on Tuesday and Thursday as far as that goes. But if the weather moves in here on Monday with that big chance of rain, we could be light on numbers. We do know of a big set of billy goats that are supposed to be coming that could boost the numbers, but we could be less than 4,000 head if the rainfall would, cover some ground. And I look for much lighter cattle numbers next Thursday as well. I'm going to say 700 to 900 at this point.
Jody Fry, Producers in Cargyle. Tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. At the office would be 325-653-3371. My mobile phone's 234-7895.
Y'all be careful. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Larry.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the meat moves from yesterday. As we look toward the national pork carcass cutout value, we see that the USDA report was 150 weaker at 102.44. USDA estimates federal slaughter at 1.468 million head for the week through Wednesday. That was up 29,000 from last week, and it's 38,000 more than the same week last year. As we look toward wholesale box beef prices from Thursday's report, we see a 42-cent drop in the choice at $264.24, a 56-cent increase in the select. Federal slaughter, 384,000 head for the week through Wednesday. That was up 1,000 head from last week and 28,000 head more than the same week last year. As we look for bids, USDA confirmed light trade 146 to 148 in the north and the western corn belt, 144 to 145 unsold cattle in the south. Neighbor, there's your meat moves. We are on the line with Ken Jordan Cattle Auction. Ken, how'd the San Saba sale turn out?
You bet. We had right at 1,000 head of cattle today. I thought overall the market had it more steady to maybe even a little higher tone throughout this week, especially on all the calves and yearlings. I thought today the stocker steers probably sold $2 to $4 higher, and stocker heifers were probably $2 to $3 higher. The feeder steers, I thought they sold $2 higher. I had a group of 10 steers weighed 660 at $156, a little over right at $1,030 on those, and 3 steers that weighed 783 at $151, $1,182 on those. Get into feeder heifers, I thought they were steady at $3 higher. Had a group of heifers weighed 683 today, brought $1.44, right at $984. Packer cows were probably $3 to $4 lower, and bulls were $3 lower this week. Pairs and bred cows, I thought overall were steady on a very limited test. Just not a lot of those to really get a true trend today on the pairs and bred cows. On the over the 130 bulls were offered in the bull sale, and the ones we featured at Martin Bruni Brangus, they had, I think, 7 bulls, really choice Brangus bulls, averaged right at $4,929. The Hidden Oaks Ranch, Keith Rogers over at Hamilton Event area, had 17 Hereford bulls, were averaged right at $29.77, right at $3 on 17 of those bulls. And the Simmons Ranch Charolais bulls, they average on the Charolais bulls right at $23.46. So overall, pretty good day, a little higher tone, a little more activity on some of these calves and things. So that definitely is glad to be seen right now, Larry.
How about Mason for Monday?
Yeah, we'll have probably kind of what we've been having, and depending on what the rain does. We do have some rain coming here, potentially forecast for Sunday afternoon. It may come later, I'm not sure. We'll kind of wait and see on that and how that develops out. We will have coming up next Wednesday, we'll have the Big Hill Country Youth Heifer Replacement Sale, and there's probably 400 some odd heifers there, both open and bred. We got all those listed up on our website. That will be at 11 o'clock. If you want to help some young kids out, they have to keep all their record books. They've grown these heifers all out, put bulls with a lot of them, and they've got to both do interviews. They've got to have the record books graded. Then we're going to have the sale on Wednesday after they get all that done too. And then it's a very good project to help these guys out. And that starts at 11 o'clock. If you can't make it up there, we will have it live on the internet too, Larry. But go to our website at jordancattle.com. You can get all the listings. The kids wrote most all the ads up, and it's pretty neat to see what they've learned so far in the program, Larry.
Ken, give us a phone number right quick.
You bet. 325-372-5159.
We appreciate it, and I'll talk to you Sunday evening.
Sounds good, Larry. Thank you.
Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. PMI, pipe, steel, and fencing. Pipe, valves, or fittings, plates, sheet, channel, beam, culverts, purlins, fencing, and supplies. They now stock new pipe and casings. Find them again. PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. We are on the line with Kenny Mingus from Milam County Livestock Auction Cameron. We're getting ready for the Friday sale. Kenny, what's it looking like about 7:10 Thursday evening?
Well, we're pretty busy, Larry. We're tagging on about 1,300 right now. I just put out the projection. Put out 1,700. We may not have quite that many, but we might. And out of that mix, we could have 500 cows.
All right. How many of them keeper? How many of them killer?
A lot of middle-aged older cows here, Larry.
Yeah.
Got a little string of Hereford pairs here, 4-5, and some breds that came with them that are pretty nice. They're young. Got Hereford babies on them. Got 8 or 10 good black pairs that come from one man. And then we've palpated a lot of cows today, but there's a lot of middle-aged cows in them. Sure work if we had grass standing everywhere.
Right.
And then on the yearlings, just a few strings of cattle, 30, 40 in each deal, down to a lot of 2s and 3s,
Yeah.
But the quality's good.
Good.
And so it's not raining. We're praying for it coming on Monday.
Well, I hope you get it. Hope we get some too. Tell everybody how to get some cattle bought if they need to on Friday.
You bet. Just catch us here at the office Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. You can follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook. Got some miniature Dexters if anybody needs any.
What do you know?
Yeah, you never know how you look till you get your picture took.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, did you know that the Millworks division at MG Building Materials is a great place to look when you want to upgrade your home? That division carries a full line of wood, aluminum, and vinyl windows. What a great upgrade. We've got vinyl windows in our house down here on the bay, and they sure are pretty from the inside and out. The possibilities for those upgrades are endless with the help of MG and their 5 locations. They've got one in San Antonio, got one in Corpus, got one in Uvalde, got one in Kerrville, and they have one in Pleasanton. That's MG Building Materials. We are on the line with Leroy Kruger. I heard you shut down the tractor. You feeding cattle?
No, I'm plowing some land, anticipating the rain. Maybe plant some oats for the worms,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just need to clean the field anyway, so trying to plant a little feed and get a little rain. We might have something to feed them old bulls,
Well, speaking of them old bulls, what you got on hand?
Well, Larry, the other week we got in those really good horn Hereford bulls that are 30 months old. There's a really good set of those. 2 or 3 of them are kind of on the pole side. And then this morning we got in loaded them big stout Charolais bulls. They're weighing 1,700, but better they're going to be 2 in springtime, and got in some Angus bulls. And we got a main bull or 2 come in here, so we got a little bit of variety. We've got a few semi-Angus, we got some straight Angus, Charolais, horn Herefords, a few pole Herefords, a few of them club Kent prospect bulls, also.
Good. Well, you got something for everybody. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you so you can get back to your tractor driving.
They can catch me on the mobile at 830-570-0660.
All right. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you, Leroy.
Thank you. Hope it rains between now and then.
I do too. Maybe there's a chance, what is it, Friday night into Saturday or Saturday into Sunday?
Yeah, we got one here Sunday, Monday, so see what happens.
All right. Good deal. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm. We're at the kitchen table, and our guest today is Stephen from D&D, and you're bringing us some Preferred information, aren't you?
Yes, sir, Larry. So the boss ordered one too many truckloads of stuff from Preferred this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and offer 10% off all Preferred panels and squeeze chutes exclusively to Down on the Farm listeners while supplies last.
Down on the Farm listeners, you need to get in on this action. How much percentage?
10%.
Get on down to D&D right now. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, and I'm at extension 160.
We are on the line with Joshua Garcia from Karnes City Auction LLC. Joshua, what do you got coming for this Saturday?
Well, Mr. Larry, we got a few trucks and trailers going to be out tomorrow. Supposed to have a man who's going to send me about 25 first thing in the morning. Got to go pick up about 40 from another lady and then about another 36 from another man. So, no, about get 75 to 125 so far. So I imagine we'll end up with that 500 or 600 somewhere in there. It's supposed to be a lot of good ranch calves coming, so that'll be good.
Let's talk about the special a bit.
Man, Mr. Larry, I tell you what, the cattle, I've been trying to get out there and go look at all the customers' cattle and kind of look at the consigners' cattle and see what they all come down to. And I tell you what, they're nice. I'm gonna have about I'm just gonna kind of go through the order. I'm gonna have about 110 from one man. There'll be some good Brangus, Charolais crosses, red monster there. They'll be all 2 to 6 years old. Big part, a little bit of pairs on them. Then got another man got about 70 head of cows. There'll be Branks baldies, black baldies, real nice. And then got another man that got about 50 first camp bred heifers. We bred to a low birth weight Angus bull, and they are fancy. Be some Gert crosses, Beefmaster crosses, and maybe a few Tigers mixed in, a few Brangus, but they're going to be real nice, young and big bone. They'll be real good. And then just a few other people got about 8 to 10 head apiece. Got some registered Bremer heifers supposed to be coming. They'll be pretty nice. And then I got about another couple that got about 8 to 10 good commercial Bremer heifers, and I got some 3/4 blood heifers also. And then we got another man going to have about 8 to 10 good 3/4 blood heifers. Should be bred up. Everything's going to be palpated Wednesday. We're going to start palpating Wednesday evening. Everything should be dealt up by Thursday. So cattle will be available to get viewed Friday, and we're going to have about 5 or 10 bulls also, and we'll have a sale order that Friday. But we are going to sell them at October the 22nd at 12 o'clock noon on the hill.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
You can reach me at my mobile at 361-649-4578, or you can catch us there at the barn at 830-780-3382.
Every this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, PipeMovers.com, the Laredo store. Call Gabriel, 956-727-7473. We are on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. Rodney, how is the Friday sale looking Thursday evening?
Oh, we got some good cattle to sell tomorrow. We're tagging on 600 head with about 80 cows. Got a few cows to palpate. They're a little agey. We're going to palpate them. But we got some good calves up there. We got a good set of black calves up there. Got a good set of Beefmaster calves that we always get every year. They are good this year. And then we got another set of Beefmaster F1 cross steers and heifers. Those steers are good. They're all cut, and they're good set of calves. Got several pins of black calves up there, too, for tomorrow, sir.
Sounds like you got a good start to a great day of selling in Beeville. Rodney Butler, tell everybody how to contact you.
Yeah, if I can help you anyway, call me at 361-358-1727, or you can call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
We appreciate you, and I'll talk to you Sunday evening.
Thank you, sir, and take care.
Never this portion of Down on the Farm is brought to you by PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, PipeMovers.com, the location in High. Call Keno at 830-868-0200. That's PMI High. We are on the line with Klein Spear from Southwest Livestock Exchange Uvalde. They sold cattle on Thursday. Klein, how did it go?
Went pretty well. We had 720 head today, Larry. Packer cows and bulls, I'd call them another kind of 4 to 6 lower. I'd call the calves and yearlings probably 3 to 5, and those plainer kind of cattle, there's kind of getting a hard spot to find them. I'd say they were 6 to 8 lower. Just kind of better calves are holding their value still right now, as many are coming to town as dry as it's getting the number one choice steers $1.35 to $1.55, and the lightweights $1.50 to $1.80. Number one choice heifers $1.20 to $1.50, and the lightweight $1.40 to $1.70. Crossbred steers $1.30 to $1.55, and the lightweights $1.45 to $1.75. Crossbred heifers $1.10 to $1.45, and the lightweights $1.35 to $1.65. Stocker cows $75 to $1. Packer bulls $85 to $95. Those breaker cows were 52 to 70, and those canners were 30 to 45. Shelly cows 15 to 30. A couple pairs 850 to 1,050, and the planer pairs 400 to 650 there. And the red cows, they had some really nice red cows, brought 650 up to 1150. So overall, still a pretty good market, a pretty good run for October here.
What do you know for next week?
Probably have around that 600 to 700 range on Tuesday for sheep and goats. And next Thursday, we got a few guys out working again, so probably have around that 700, 800 head range next week as well.
Klein Spear, Southwest Livestock in Uvalde. Tell everybody how to contact.
Call us at the office, 830-591-3241. That's my cell phone, or the office, 830-278-5621.
We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you early next week.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Neighbor, here's a shotgun look at the grains. Corpus Milo, 1404. Corpus corn, 877 3/4. Hard red winter wheat to Houston, 1102 1/4. Beans to Houston, 1380. Texas cotton, 85.79. 0 bales sold. That's it for Down on the Farm. I'm Larry Marble. You're my neighbor. Good day.